Hello, my name is Carlo Acuna, and I am the Ocean Conservation Campaigner for the Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society, British Columbia chapter. At CPAWS-BC, we work to protect wilderness through the creation of protected areas, where plants, animals, and people can all thrive. Our work spans across the entire province, the lands and waters of which have been cared for by Indigenous nations since time immemorial. Part of this work includes protecting BC's glass sponge reefs, or as we like to call it, the Sea of Glass. Glass sponge reefs are unique ecosystems found mainly off the coast of the Pacific Northwest. In BC, reefs have been identified throughout the Salish Sea, in the southern Strait of Georgia, and in the Atkatsam House Sound, on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples. While glass sponges grow around the world, it is only here where we have found that they grow on top of each other to form large reefs, or bioherms. These reefs provide several ecosystem services. They provide habitat for marine wildlife, such as rockfish and shrimp. They store carbon on the ocean floor to fight climate change. Their feeding filters bacteria out of the water, and they fertilize ocean water by releasing ammonia as waste. But these rare ecosystems are threatened. The sponges are exceptionally fragile, with skeletons made of silica, the same material found in glass. Sponges are easily broken on impact. Dr. Sally Lee's lab at the University of Alberta has shown that suspended sediments disturbed from the ocean floor from activities such as bottom trawling can permanently smother or inhibit their feeding process. The University of British Columbia's Dr. Angela Stevenson also found that warmer waters due to climate change can affect the sponge's feeding and structural integrity. Furthermore, if skeletons of dead sponges are buried or destroyed, new sponges cannot grow to add stability to the reef. It's amazing that these glass sponges can live for 200 years, but their slow growth and vulnerability to these threats suggests that recovery may take tens to hundreds of years. Conservation of these reefs kicked off in 1987, when a team of Canadian scientists identified 9,000-year-old living glass sponge reefs on British Columbia's north coast. Prior to this, people thought they were extinct. CPAWS-BC has advocated for the protection of glass sponge reefs across BC since the early 2000s, but today I am going to focus on efforts made in the Salish Sea. In 2013, CPAWS-BC joined conservationists and scientists on submersible dives to glass sponge reefs in Atkatsam House Sound to increase awareness of these ecosystems. After years of advocacy, in 2016, the Canadian Department of Fisheries and Oceans, or DFO, implemented 9 marine refuges prohibiting bottom contact fishing to protect these glass sponge reefs in the Strait of Georgia and Atkatsam House Sound. And then in 2019, DFO implemented a further 8 marine refuges in Atkatsam House Sound. But that wasn't the end, because in 2020, DFO and local conservation group Marine Life Sanctuary Society confirmed the locations of 5 more living glass sponge reefs in Atkatsam House Sound. And then earlier this year in 2022, 5 additional fish enclosures were designated for those reefs confirmed living in 2020. These protections in the Salish Sea are great news, but there's a catch. Fish enclosures and marine refuges are not the same as marine protected areas. These designations do not ensure permanent protection, as they can be easily revoked. They also do not address all the threats to reefs, such as anchoring and cable laying. Fisheries and Oceans Canada is starting work on marine spatial planning for BC's south coast. This can be an opportunity to address human activities beyond fishing, such as infrastructure and transportation, to ensure these glass sponge reefs are protected for future generations. And crucially, protection measures must recognize Indigenous rights and title, including management of these unique ecosystems. We at CPAWS-BC will continue to advocate for the stronger protections of glass sponge reefs. We hope you will join us to protect the Sea of Glass.